Hey, we're back.
Hello, we have returned. Just waiting for the screen to catch up. Hello, 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 audience. We're back from our break.
Back from outer space.
Is it working?
Yep, says we're
Okay,
good.
I'm just still seeing the break time thing,
Oh, you
but
need to refresh.
sorry, got to refresh the stream.
Maybe?
Shouldn't need to. It should auto.
Yeah,
It should just be
says we're up.
Yeah,
We're
I'm
all
seeing
here.
okay.
this live.
Good. May just be my computer is weirdly lagging as it continues to do for no good reason. Okay, so we return to our trash heroes in
Trash
action.
time.
So, uh, Raven, I have just sent you a message. I can now reveal the poll that just occurred.
Wonderful. So is this something very new?
Yeah, just give me a quick second here. I'm trying to. I don't want to refresh the page because then I don't get to see the chat, but I guess I have to because it's just going to continue to show me a dead screen.
Also, Raven,
I
I love
don't.
that your lighting makes you look
There
like
we
you're
go.
underwater. It's very good.
Yep, it's quite good. Yes, welcome to the chat room, says the chat. I was already here. Okay, so I can now reveal to the players that the poll that just happened said that once Morgan joined the group, that she would have something for the party. And that something chosen by the chat is a message from Glorpa.
Okay.
So I will
Um,
just say to preface this, Raven, that when you were talking to Glorpa about the group and where they would likely be, Glorpa mentioned that she'd like you to convey this message to them.
okay. Um, so we're landing outside of the entrance to a sewer.
Hmm.
And as Morgan looks a bit antsy to like go in, is like not excited about it. Um, she's like, "Oh, do you mind if we like rest here a little bit?" And she like finds a nice little spot to sit, lays down like one of her like little handkerchiefs and sits on it and just like takes a deep breath, just like preparing herself emotionally. And then she go, "Oh yeah, actually, I had like a direct message. Hold on, let me." And she'll like pull out like a little scroll from her purse and be like, "Oh yeah. Hold on. Uh, Glorpa wanted me to tell you. I had another dream about the big tower in the sea. I don't know what that is. Um, and all the storms around it. The one in the east was starting to get really bad,
Oh,
worse
hold,
than the
pause. I
others.
just realized that it should say West. Oops.
Oh,
Oops.
sorry. No,
I just
sorry,
went,
sorry.
wait
I
a
think there's
second.
some ink on smudged on here. I think that's actually west. I think it's west. Um, with lots of thunder and the sky getting really black. And then I saw this huge hand reaching out of the clouds. It was like a big claw made of bones, and it was moving like when Copernicus cast his magic spells. Oh, I didn't know you were a caster. That's nice, Copernicus. Um, right over top a dark eastern city. Then I saw the Black Mountains out that way. Was that west or east? Where
West.
they were all these dead bodies, but walking around, and they were massing together like an army. And there's a question mark on that one. Um, marching south. There was like a peninsula of land where some kind of war was going on. It seemed to be important, and that's like underlined. And I think the Dark City might be connected to the war. Which Dark City is that? Do you guys know?
It was a dark city in the east?
Is that the first Dark?
Because
The
there was
Eastern
something.
City?
There
Is
was
the Eastern City different from the Dark City? I'm not sure.
There was something bad in the
Copernicus.
west, and then a dark city in
Coper-
the east.
No, sorry, it's all west.
Okay,
All
That
that
was
whole vision was
Lane's
all to the
typo.
west.
gotcha.
Okay.
Yes, that was
Okay.
the DM typoing.
Okay, so storm and west getting worse. Lots of thunder, dark sky, huge cloud made out of bones, like she'll touch kind of hand coming over top of a city in the west, or a dark city in the west.
Chill touch, eh?
Yeah, the only dark city in the west
Who
that you
said
know
that?
of, Copernicus, is Dwemmerdell.
Okay,
We're
that's what I thought.
there.
And then like the mountains sounds like the Badlands outside of Dormerdell, where there already are undead massing. And then a peninsula with a war going on that is important.
Snellmore's Ash, maybe.
would- Yeah. That's what I was
Why
thinking.
don't? Well, that's not a peninsula.
No,
Why
that's
don't we
not
pull up the
an
map?
An island.
I have it up
Yeah.
already.
Oh, you
It's
already
all
have.
fancy.
So if you look at the
Lozak
island and you look south of the Broken Lands, you will see a peninsula,
Oh, okay, that
Lochtal?
little jig.
the peninsula of Loachtal,
Okay.
Let's zoom in and enhance.
where Copernicus has been.
Oh, this is the edge of Loachtal.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we are currently up here. Somewhere in here.
Yeah.
Morgan will actually let you read it, so because I did voice it for her.
Yeah. So Perny, I think the moment you start saying that she's passing on more about the Dream of the Storms, like his face changes and he goes like he's been very smiley and like happy, but he goes like full concerned grandpa, and he actually starts like writing things down in his like unslings the big book and starts recording things and asks a couple like follow-up questions. And when you offer to like let him see the message, he definitely like looks at it and makes some more notes. And he says, "This is nothing to do with our current quest and concern, but this is I'm sure you know that Glorpa has a seer's vision and has been seeing visions of importance. And the more we learn about them, the more we see that she may be able to glimpse into great forces moving behind some of the ills we have seen growing in the world here and there. And certainly, it sounds like there's something near Dwemmerdell that is coming that is very dangerous. And whatever it is, it's more than just a passing shadow. We think it could be tied to something ancient and dangerous and world-ending. We don't know, but we're starting to piece this together. So
As he
thank
says that to you, Morgan, you notice over his shoulder in one of the shop windows in this quiet, dark end of the marketplace where you've been taken. You notice your own reflection again, nodding gravely at you in response to his words.
Yeah, she did seem really serious about this. I'm sorry I forgot about it until now.
Well, thank you for sharing it. I think part of what makes whatever's happening so dangerous is that so many of these lands are at war. They hoard their information. They don't talk to each other, and whatever's coming, I think, is going to require a lot of realms that have not spoken to each other or been allied in a very long time to start speaking with each other.
People just really need to learn how to communicate better. So many of the world's problems could be solved by just getting better at communicating.
I fully agree.
Yep.
And Perny actually looks fondly at his bucket for a moment, inexplicably. Well, I think we'll let's put the apocalypse on the shelf for the next day or two, and in the meantime, see if we can't help whatever's going on in the sewers first.
I mean, if
And I don't think I ever got a response. I really don't want to seem insensitive, but are we talking about these people in the sewer? If they're like grouped as like a class of people or like an ethnicity group? Are we talking? Are they all the same
They're
race?
kind of like
I
a
don't wanna seem
club.
sensitive.
Yeah, they're like a club. They're a bunch of different peoples.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like an identity group.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I don't know. Are they unionized or?
No, there are a lot of the dominant power groups in these cities use the term as an insult to describe
To
these.
unionize?
No, quaggle. Like it's the tone someone says it in that tells you what kind of person they are. Yeah. So should I do this in character or out of character?
Just stick with in character.
Okay.
Like I'll
Yeah,
say
so-
I'll just say out
Sure.
of character. Morgan would be aware generally that on the kind of fringes of society in most towns, there are the various small creatures that live in like sewerways and nooks and crannies, like goblins and other things. But clearly has not encountered the derogatory term for them, quaggle, largely because Morgan avoids moving in those circles. But yeah, so in character.
So
well, yeah,
is it like a slur? Like, am I allowed to say it, or like, is it okay that you're saying it?
we are we're very close friends with and we spend a lot of time with and live with.
So they said that you could
with
say
animals.
it.
Yeah. Or they haven't had to
Okay.
say that. I guess I should say it's never needed to be said because
I'll point out that Fetid actually uses it as a last name.
yeah. Yeah.
God,
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's like a-
Fetid, because he's a good guy. I really like Fetid. Maybe I should ask him next time we see him. Can we say that?
'Cause I know, like some performers, like they use slurs very commonly, but like they're for them, they're for that group, they're for that like group of people, and like I'm just gonna not say it, but is there like an alternative
No,
group naming?
not from what
Really?
they've told us.
I mean, there's
Oh,
worse
okay.
things that people say about him. Quaggle's one of the best ones, actually.
Honestly, most of them introduce themselves as
Yeah.
quaggles.
I would say it's their preferred term.
They
Okay.
will tell you we're a quaggle. Like that's what they call themselves, and that's what they tell. Like, if you meet them, they'll say we're quaggles.
Okay.
Usually, what you hear them referred to by upper classes involves a lot of dehumanizing language or desensitized.
I see.
What is the opposite of desensitized? Languages that names that rob them of any sentience, treating them as like smaller animals.
Yeah. But
In
they're all
fact,
real nice. They're good guys.
they're delightful people. They just choose to live a different lifestyle, and
Like
they
hippies.
are treated as literal vermin, including we've had
Like hippies.
a little more different. But like we've had to deal with a sheriff attempting to exterminate them like he was exterminating rats.
Like hippies.
It's okay, we set him on fire, though.
We did set him on fire.
Yeah, it's
The
okay.
sheriff.
The hippies?
No,
No,
the
the
sheriff.
No, the sheriff.
Oh, okay.
And we pulled down his pants.
And for
Nice.
Yeah.
yeah,
It was
for
great.
many quaggles don't have they don't have the choice of any other lifestyle anyway if they wanted to, and I think many of them are happy with the life and the identity that they've made.
Again,
out of
like
this,
I feel like like maybe if they're okay with it, we could just call them hippies. It sounds about the same.
Small sewer dwelling hippies.
we could ask Fetid what his thoughts are on that. as
Yeah,
an
it's really
alternative
what
term.
they want to be called.
He's a real important guy with them. They really like him.
He is a folk hero.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
He has more hats than you've ever seen one person
Oh,
wear.
his hats
It's
are so
amazing.
good.
It's very unnecessary.
I like the idea that that's
Like more
part of
than
why
four?
Fetid is famous
Yes.
as a folk hero. He has the most hats.
They call him
I think he
Fetid
wears.
four hats.
Does he wear 3 now? Is he wearing 3 stacked hats?
He's got the top hat. He's got the dragon hat. He's got the.
His original hat,
Oh,
the
that's
dragon
right.
tail hat, the top hat. I think that's it. I think he's just wearing
He
the
was like
3.
the 4. Yeah, I'll get all Fetid 3 hats.
Get Jeff to remind us what the 4th one was. I mean, I guarantee if there was another hat, he would have taken it.
Oh yeah, no. I think I'm remembering now. I got to make a hat trick pun
Yes.
because he'd scored 3
3
hats.
hats.
Yeah, and I don't think I haven't had to think about whatever the 4 pun would be. So I'm gonna trust my pun brain. As we're at 3 hats is the current count.
Very well, we're in Canada. I'm sure we can find somebody who knows what's beyond a hat trick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
So
I think it's like in bowling where
Turkey.
3 strikes is a turkey, and then that's just it. Like, there's nothing like.
You can get a double turkey.
A
but-
toque duckin', a toque duckin'.
I can't. I don't think I can get a double turkey. I'm not that good at bowling.
A toque duckin.
Okay, that's the other episode title.
Okay, so from here, that might be a little obscure for the I mean, the American audience is going to be like, toque?
Listen, we gotta get our CanCon on here somehow.
So I guess
Toque,
you're
as
heading
in
down to the
Peregrine,
sewers
Peregrine toque.
Yeah,
yeah,
famous,
exactly.
Famous halfling folk.
that you wear on your head in
Yeah,
winter. You wear a
yeah.
halfling
He
from
is
Lord of the
pretty cute.
Rings.
Listen, I do
He
wear
is
a bird
pretty
on my
cute.
head in the winter, and his name is Pippin.
Aw. And as you say that, Meg goes by with the cloaca again. That will never not get old. Never not get old? No, that'll never get old.
This camera is perfectly placed at bird cloaca level.
I'm glad that
Oh, Meg.
it's so small on my screen that I just see a windshield wiper of tail feather.
Yeah, just.
Yeah.
I'm going over here. What? Okay, so you guys are heading down into the sewers. This is correct?
Yippers.
This is correct.
Begrudgingly, yes.
Indeed. I'm
Or
like,
into the grind.
I'm assuming you're like using prestidigitation on like the ground every step.
Yeah.
Doop, just to
hell no.
clear a space to step onto.
She'll actually bring out some little leather booties that have like some cute little
Aw.
embroidery and like beads on them that go like over her hooves and like up her little
Yep.
hoof calf
Like little hoof covers.
situation. Yeah.
Yep.
Aw.
Hoof protectors.
Yeah.
Like oiled leather so that's, easily cleaned afterwards.
Yeah.
Cool. So you guys quickly find your way back to that same, with the directions that you have from Fetid, you make your way back to that same room with the big crusher, only to find a lot of blackened stone and ash. There is no sign of the sewer monster tentacle thing. But of course, you are once again trapped on this side because of the walkway that crumbled away. So how do you go about making your way across?
How many
You have
people
so
can
many
I-
options.
How many people can I cast fly on at once now?
I can also jump across with a rope. Or just ferry us across with jumps.
You don't even have to jump. Last time you ran along the wall.
Yeah, that's true.
So if I cast that at a 4th level spell slot, which I can do, then I can target an additional creature. So I can do, if I just use my 2 spell slots and I get some time to rest, I can fly 2, and then use my boots.
How far is it? Jumpable, I heard. Possibly jumpable.
Possibly jumpable. Let me just double
You can
check.
jump like a frog. You can do it, no problem.
Mm-hmm. I believe. Right, creature's jump distance is tripled. And I forget how to calculate that. 5e
Oh,
jump.
that requires math.
It's your strength.
I'm just trying to remember
Yeah.
what it's based on. Oh, there we go. 5e jump calculator. Thanks, internet.
Not me.
Make it nice and simple. Okay, so it is strength based.
Yeah.
You.
Not me. Whoop.
Okay. So for look at this pretty bird. Oh my goodness. Up. I don't want you to stare at the camera. I want to climb up on the monitor where it's warm.
Mhm.
See, the monitor has vents all along the top to cool it, which is also known as a bird butt warmer.
Or cloacal warmer.
Yeah, exactly.
And as just to demonstrate, Meg goes by.
She's trying to find
Excellent.
that sweet spot, that perfect vent
Uh,
for her vent.
yeah, actually, it is about 30 feet, and you can jump like 36
Okay.
with your jump spell. So Morgan just sort of gathers up and lightly does a light little goat leg leap that carries her clear across the 30-foot.
I will
Yeah.
applaud because that's good. Nice.
And lands with a little floating dainty ding on the other side.
Trumlin, do you want to jump on, or do you want to? Are you gonna jump?
Yeah,
All right.
No, I'm not gonna jump. I'm not risking possibly falling.
So I've got a baby Bjorn with an owlbear on my front. Trauma jumps
Wait.
on my back.
Wait, I want to know, how does Ugna respond to that leap, though?
Oh, I said I applauded. I actually like
But
stand there. I'm like,
do you
"Woo,
now
nice."
do you now think that this is just a thing that all satyrs can do, and Tromlin's been holding out on you?
No,
Okay.
no, I've seen Traveling jump.
At this
Look,
point, you
only white satyrs can jump.
Only white satyrs can jump.
It sounds a little counter to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I'm not colorist. I don't. Not all satyrs are the same. So yeah, I'll sling
It's like
Traveling on my
like-
back.
I think
It's like
Tromlin and I
Elfin
are
with
actually.
Dark Crystal. Like Elfin talking of course you can't jump. You're a boy.
Exactly.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I think also Tromlin and I are color swapped, if anything, a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Light skin, dark fur.
Forget what color he is. I don't remember.
You went with like a funky, like bluish
Yeah, you're kind of like gray, blue
skin.
with black hair, correct?
Olive.
Yeah.
Like on the paper it's olive skin.
Yep.
But I think I'll actually went with olive green.
Mm.
Yeah, you went with a more gray green or blue green. Yeah. So yeah, Ugna picks up Tromlin,
And then I'll just walk
her
onto
back.
the wall. Just stroll
like,
across.
magically walks on the wall, the runes on the boots glowing as you do so.
Can I roll
And of course,
performance to make it look
Yep.
like I'm jumping.
please do.
Good.
All right.
I'm picturing him like all gathering himself up, all like
Ooh.
tongue sticking out of his mouth with concentration.
That is a 6.
Here I go.
That is a healthy 6.
So you do exactly do that. You like
Ooh,
stand there and
I'm jumping through the air.
and then
Whoa.
you do the pose like the jump, but then you just go hover, hover, hover,
Good.
but like holding the jump pose the entire way as
Yeah.
you float
Good.
across.
Good.
And then I'll land very heavily, like, oh, my old bones. Off we go.
A lot of magic here. Okay, so you can follow your track from before. I will remind you, so you have 2 ways back to where you came from, but one of them goes past that robot thing if it's still there.
Nope.
The other was a little bit more roundabout, but it's the way you came back out. Just a little bit more complicated.
Let's try that
I
one.
think the roundabout way makes sense.
Yeah.
So the roundabout way, you guys were being very sneaky. So I'm assuming you're going to do that again.
I believe so.
Can we actually make some rolls for that? Let's see how that goes.
What are we rolling?
I will give someone my
What?
what's that thing I have? The ability.
I think that's a waste of 20 because I just rolled a 20 on that one.
Nice. So you can
Okay.
give the blessing of the trickster to usually Ugna, who has the lowest stealth in the party.
Apparently last day.
Nope.
I will give it to Fergie then.
I don't. I mean, you can give it to me, but I would have said before rolling. I don't need it.
I give it to no one.
Cool.
Okay. So are you casting Pass Without Trace, or are you going to save the spell
Oh
slot?
my god.
Save it.
Okay. So Tromlin, remember you have an elven cloak, so roll with advantage.
Right, nice.
I forgot about that. Thank you.
Ugna, you rolled a nat 20.
Nat
so
20 plus 5, so that's a 25.
okay. Copernicus, what did you roll?
31.
That's with your bonus of plus 10 from disappearing into the shadows.
Mm-hmm.
So that means you rolled like an 18.
Woo.
Very nice. And oh, I just see it. I just saw an upload occur.
Looking for that.
A nat 20.
Nice.
I'm a little.
Two nat
I'm a
20s.
little afraid of my
My
future
goodness.
rolls.
Yeah, you're
hopefully
using all
karma's
the
not
the luck up
banking.
on stuff that doesn't matter.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We're
A
super
rookie
quiet.
mistake.
22 for me.
Nice.
So that is the low roll
Yep.
of the party. That's crazy. The lowest is a 22,
Woo. We're
then
like
25,
ghosts.
then 27, then 31. And that's without Pass Without Trace. I would like to point out those numbers would all be plus 10 if you had cast a Pass Without Trace.
Nice.
If this was a game where there are cell phones in the world, I'd be taking a video of this to send to Fedid to prove that like we're not totally bungling it every time we're trying to sneak without him. Like just we can be sneaky stealthy. We can do it.
So you guys make your way down through this other passageway. This is a relatively narrow stairwell that spirals through the dark and then branches. You're going to have to carefully follow Fedid's instructions, or not Fedid's instructions, the Goblin's instructions when he had you out here. Otherwise, you're going to have to try and contact Fedid to come and get you. So let's maybe roll to see how well you manage to follow the directions and avoid getting lost.
We're super quiet, but we don't know where we are.
Yeah, I think this is going to be intelligence based.
Oh god.
So it's just a straight intelligence saving throw.
Sorry, is anyone actually leading the group, or are we all just kind of wandering around?
I have dark vision and a +4 int
Smart.
modifier, so Perny might like.
You also, I believe, wrote down the directions.
Yeah.
So you're the one who'd be following it and trying to keep everyone on track. So why don't you go ahead?
I will definitely take a help action if anyone's got one. If anyone can help with this in some way.
I'll do my best.
I
guidance.
have 10, so I may not be much help.
What does guidance do?
Guidance gives you plus a D4 on the roll.
Nice. Thank you.
So I'll just be peeking over your shoulder and being like, "Oh, like, what about this part of the map? Is that where we're going?"
Oh yeah. So I thought we were back a branch. Okay.
So go ahead and roll with Tromlin's assistance and a guidance spell. Go ahead and roll with advantage and add a D4. Okay, so you're rolling a straight int check.
And 2d20, and I take the better d20, but only one
yep.
d4.
And your stat, yeah, exactly. And your stat bonus is +4.
Yes. All right. So that makes the high roll a 19 plus 3 plus 4 is a
26.
26. Yeah.
So you're no trouble. So you have a few choices to make in the pitch black where you're like, I'm positive it's this way because here's what you
smells
drew.
More foul down here. Full reverse Gandalf.
Yep.
Exactly. When in doubt, Peregrine Took, always follow your ass. So that was my interpretation of a reverse
You're
Gandalf.
so good at maps. Look at Copernicus. I had no idea you were a cartographer. Get it.
I've done a bit of traveling. I can. Oh, it's upside down. Okay.
So as you sneak your way through the shadows and the utter darkness down here, you will, of course, hear the noise of the infected quaggles shuffling around in the dark. But because of your amazing stealth rolls, you evade every time you kind of like wait for them to pass, or you go back up a ways to avoid them, or you follow the map and kind of take a risk every once in a while and kind of take a little side passage, but you're pretty sure it leads back here. And you manage to evade too much difficulty. Eventually, you come back to the major passageway with the grate that connects to the passageway that leads to the pipes where you're going. When you get to that passageway, however, and you come sneaking out to the bottom, I need perception checks from everybody.
11.
You perceive dark.
Yep.
8 on the dice.
That gives you a 14. Not terrible.
I got a nat 20, but I don't have a good modifier, but it makes it 22.
And Randy?
18.
18. Okay. I have a pretty good stealth roll here. So you don't notice until you're practically come out on top of them. So you come down the stair that leads to the spiral stair that leads to this one big tunnel, or this one big passageway. This is one of the big passageways that spoke-like comes out from the big central lake of shit where you were fighting the gators. And you come down this stairwell into the passageway and immediately spot, but about the same time that they spot you, a group of things that look like four-legged purple brains.
Oh no.
With a bunch of teeth, a fanged maw underneath the frontal lobe, and a tail like a little bit of spinal column. And their tails all begin to kind of slash around angrily as they turn towards you.
Oh hell
And
no.
I did actually
Take out
roll.
my hammer.
Yeah, I did actually beat Tromlin's roll on
Ooh.
that perception check for them.
Guessing these aren't your hippie friends?
They're
Nope.
not.
I would like an initiative roll.
Yeah, I bet.
Huh. 18.
11 on the dice.
I believe you have a +4.
Yeah.
Yep. So 15. Sorry, what was that, Alina? I missed yours.
18.
18 and a 14 or sorry, 15 for Morgan.
14? 15?
Yeah, you said you rolled an 11 on the die?
Yeah.
Yeah, so +4,
15.
15.
I'm
What
8
else we
plus
got?
0 is 8 for Perny.
And Tromlin,
19.
19. Sure, I heard right. All right, let's put the people next to them. I suppose I should actually roll for them. Where they go depends on their bonus. No, go away with your pop-ups. +3. So that puts them at 14. Okay. So we're going 8, 14, 15, 18. I guess I'll put your actual names next to these so I know what the hell they are instead of just making you remember your numbers. Okay. Excellent. So they turn and look at you. They don't have any faces to speak of. They just have mouths. There's no eyes, but they're turning the fronts of their brains towards you. And Tromlin, you get to go first.
I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt.
Hey, at the nearest one, I assume.
Yeah, I don't know how many hit points they have though, so I'm going to overcharge it.
Sounds
So I
good.
can attack.
Explode it.
I'm casting as a third level spell.
Good.
Hey,
Fuck these little assholes.
Mm-hmm.
Please tell me they don't have better than AC 24.
they do not.
Thank God.
They very, very do not.
So, what do you get? A third level spell, I said?
Yep.
66. Ain't bad. 16, 26, 27?
27 points of damage.
Yes.
It looks very fried by that. Let me just double check if it has. No, it's fine. I was just double checking if it has any susceptibility or anything like that, but it does not.
I didn't think so, but I knew that's my
Radiant.
spell that does most damage.
Yeah, but it does take a lot of damage and looks like burned by the holy light. It is, however, still kicking,
Fair enough.
as are its various friends.
So you said there was 4 of them?
4 of them so far that you can see.
I don't like that qualifier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
With my like 11 perception.
Ugna,
All
you are
right.
up next.
They are still a fair distance away, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're just up the corridor. Well, they're just up the corridor. They're not that
Yeah,
far.
right.
They're like maybe 40 feet.
So I've got my hammer and I'm gonna plant myself in front of the group, and just hold action until they come charging our way.
Sure.
I want to intercept them when they get close enough.
Held action.
Yep.
Next up is Morgan.
I'm going to cast Chaos Bolt at the one that was injured.
Excellent.
12 plus.
I do believe you need to make the attack roll. Yep.
12 is the roll.
Oh, then you are good because I believe you have like a ridiculous. Your attack spell bonus is 9.
Okay.
So that's a 21. That's a very hit.
All right.
Okay, so are you casting this at first level?
I will.
Okay.
First level is remaining.
It just depends on how much damage you want to do, right? You do an extra d6 for each level above first you cast it. So you could cast it at 4th level and do an extra 3d6 damage, right?
I'll just do a first level.
Yeah.
So
it's
so
2d8 plus 1d6. Um,
and then the damage type.
yeah, so roll 2d8 plus a d6 for your damage total. And I'm just going to roll the d8 for the damage type for you on the side here.
12 on the dice.
So that's 12 total on the 8s and the 6 altogether?
Yep.
Okay, so 12 damage, and it is going to take that to... It is a bolt of poison that flies out at it.
And it was not same numbers.
It is immune to the poisoned condition, but it is not resistant to poison damage.
Right.
So this attack does not actually cause poisoning, the condition. It just does poison damage.
Yeah.
So no problem. So you do 12 more damage to it, and it is apparently finished off. It kind of slumps to the ground.
And feel free to make that one a little wild.
Yes, but hang on. I need to double check here. Sorry, what did you roll on the 2d8 for the damage? I need to know the actual rolls.
It's an 8 and a 1.
Okay. The reason it matters is because if you happen to roll the same number on both of those rolls, it spawns a second bolt.
Oh, would have been nice.
Nice.
Yeah, that flies out because it's a crazy chaos magic bolt. Since you're using chaos magic, though, I'd like you to roll a d20 for me and tell me if it's a 1 or not.
Hell yeah. I spent a good 13 on that one.
Okay. Then you do not have to worry about a wild magic surge in this particular casting.
Just what our group needs, more chaos.
Indeed. Next up is them. So that one's dead. The other 3
Come charging this way.
are going to move towards you and gnash their little jaws. They don't seem to be capable of making any noise, which not having like proper mouths and lungs. But that makes it even creepier because they're running towards you in total silence with their little mouths
snap,
working.
Snap, snap,
Yeah.
Ugh.
And one of them is going to choose a target. I'm going to randomize it though.
Before it gets here, I would like to put a hammer into its brain.
Are you're waiting till it gets within arm's reach, or are you throwing something at it? Because it is doing this before it reaches you.
Yeah, I'm waiting to my reach. Which with the hammer is just normal, just regular.
Okay. I would like, let's see, targets that I think all of you except Perny are being seen as particular threats here. So I'm going to randomize. 2 of them are going to do this. So 1 or a 2 is Ugna, 3 or a 4 is Tromlin, and a 5 or a 6 is Morgan. So 1 Tromlin, 1 Morgan. I need each of you to make me an intelligence saving throw.
Well, I'm glad that didn't hit me.
Your target, though, is only 13. Because I know you don't have huge bonuses. Tromlin's pretty good at int actually, because it's a cleric one, so you have a +5.
Yeah. I got a 17 total.
And then Morgan, actually, hang on a second, Morgan.
Morgan's
No,
gonna see
I'm wrong.
the
Yeah.
creatures approach and go like, "The baby."
Oh. Oh.
The
So what
baby!
what did you roll?
For me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep, I need you
20?
to make me a saving throw. D20, yep.
14 on the dice.
So you have no bonus, but that is all you need. 13 is sufficient. So you make your saving throw. So nothing visual happens as they do whatever they're doing.
I guess we feel them in our mind.
Yeah. The third one is going to rush all the way up to Ugna and attack with a bite.
I would like to hit it in the head first.
You will do that because you have a held action.
I wish to do so.
You, in fact, have held your entire
I have
action.
held my entire action, and I want this thing very dead.
So just to remind me what you're wielding. Are you two-weaponing, or do you just have the hammer in both hands? What's your deal?
I think I've got the hammer.
Okay,
Doing my
two-hand
two-handed-
hammer.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So I want to hit these guys really hard. So that is a... Hang on. There's a 14 hit.
Yes,
Okay. So a 14 and a 21.
those both hit.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. So my first two attacks. Let's get some demolish.
I'll be right back.
Hi. There's a bird on me.
That's a usual state, a normal state for
Good.
earliness. It's what we expect.
So a 13 and a 12 onto this thing. Oh, I would also...
Yeah, I was just going to ask, are you putting any
I wanna
maneuver
put some
points on
maneuver
this?
points on this. I would like to... which one am I using here? Let's do a fainting attack on the first and a pushing attack on the second so that I knock it back down the hallway.
I'll remind you, though, just for these fainting attacks, you should usually declare it before you make
Yeah.
the second attack because you get advantage on the next
That's
attack.
true.
But go for it, the
I'll
extra
roll
damage
another
anyway.
D20 just so in case I roll a 20. I did not.
Yeah, I guess.
I rolled a
Okay.
19, but
Oh,
that's
so close.
wasted. And
Okay.
then I'll get my extra.
So extra die, extra D8.
That is a 5. So 5 more damage.
So you did 12 and 13?
Yep.
So it's 25, that's 30, and then the other...
A 5 and a 4, so another 9 damage on top of that. 39.
Sorry, what's the 5 and the 4 for?
Because I spent 2 maneuver points. Oh, sorry, I don't do...
But you already rolled...
Yeah, sorry.
So re-roll the second maneuver point, just so I know how much it's doing.
The second one I re-rolled a 19.
No, the damage, the maneuver point.
Right.
The 1d8.
That was a 4.
4, okay. So you add another 4, so that's 34. No, sorry, yes, 34 damage, because you rolled 25 on the 2 dice, then a 5, then a 4.
Then a 4, yeah.
34 damage. It is looking really bad as you bludgeon it.
Also, with the last attack, it's the pushing attack, so I knock
Yeah.
it 15 feet down the hallway.
Yeah, and it does not get a chance to bite you because it doesn't have enough movement to overcome that. So, yeah.
that's
Nice.
My,
You just like batted it right back down.
that's my first 2 attacks. I get more.
I mean, if you want them,
Yeah,
you
but
could
there's
do
nothing
an
else
action
close enough.
surge.
No, I get...
I'm assuming you're saving your action surge then.
Yeah.
I assume.
Or
You've
you
used
both-
your 2 attacks.
That's true. I don't have my offhand
and
weapon.
well, you said you were using 2 hand.
No, I was like,
so you don't have-
that was why I was thinking I had an extra attack, but...
You
I
do still have a
don't.
bonus action, but I'm assuming you don't. Well, you
Bonus
have a bonus
action is
action,
just
but I
to,
don't
like,
think you have anything else to
flex.
do. with
Like,
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
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 I mean, you could grapple it if you want. You have that ability, right? You have if you strike something in hand-to-hand combat, you can use a bonus action to grapple.
I do not want to grapple these things. I do not want them biting me. But I
Okay.
will save my bonus attack in case I need to interpose myself and take damage for someone else.
Oh, your grapple attacks though include damage, right? It's basically a brawler.
Right, right.
Like you can basically punch or kick it.
Sure, why don't I do one of those?
Okay.
Give it a
So
kick.
bonus action, roll a hit.
So this is, you've already knocked it sailing through the air, and then you give it like an extra kick for good measure.
Or
as a
Yep.
send-off?
technically the bonus, I would place the bonus action between the 2
Between,
attacks
yeah.
because you can put it
Yeah.
whenever you want.
I-
Okay, so it's like you're kicking it up, and then
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I serve it to myself.
hell yeah.
So that's a 16. Does that hit?
That'll hit.
Cool.
So you roll 1d4 plus your strength bonus damage.
Yep. That was a 2 plus 5.
That's an extra 7
7
damage.
damage.
That's enough.
Nice.
So that finishes it off. So you kick it up in the air. You hit it once, kick it up in the air, and then pound it down, and it flies dead down the hallway.
Splack against a wall.
Yep. Splatch. Bleh, purple brain matter.
Yep.
Morgan yells at a damn.
I like pop my bicep a little bit.
Hey, so that's 2 of them dead, and 2 of them have done their other action.
Nice.
Another one, however, is now going to appear. 2 of them, in fact, from the shadows beyond. One of those is going to attempt this same action on Ugna. So Ugna, I need an intelligence save. And I think your intelligence save is -1.
It is, and I rolled an 11, so that's 10.
That is not as bad as it could have been.
Okay, good.
Because if
Silvery
you
barbs.
if you fail the save by 5 or more, it's bad.
It's very bad.
Silvery barbs, eh?
Silvery barbs.
So
Can
that
that
is a
help?
reaction.
But it's not. Is it an attack roll against her that I would be
No.
taking the...
So what happens is with your silvery barbs, you have you use it on another creature and force it to do a reroll.
Okay.
Now
the
none of them have specifically made a roll for use this on, but the 2 of them that are coming out, it's all simultaneous. One of them is about to appear out of nowhere and bite one of you. That one you can force the reroll on.
Okay.
As a reaction,
That
which
seems
is good because
Okay.
I rolled a nat 20.
Oh shit.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
read
yeah.
that one.
That sounds like a good one to reroll.
So I will re-roll that nat 20.
Thank you.
And I've still rolled a good roll. It's a 16, but at least it isn't going to be a crit. But now having done that, I'll save that roll for when I describe what happens. But having done that, Silvery Barbs allows you to now choose a different creature you can see within range and give that creature advantage on the next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw it makes within 1 minute. So because these attacks were simultaneous, I will allow you to put that on Ugna's saving throw. So re-roll your saving throw.
Okay.
Nice.
17?
That
16?
makes it. It's a 13.
Okay, cool.
So 16 will make it,
So I hear like this pain in my head like a migraine, and then like fairy
but
music.
then it goes away.
Just
Yep.
You got
Yeah,
this,
some
you got
fairy,
Yeah.
some
Good.
fairy
Oh, yeah.
music.
Good.
In fact, you even hear like, "You got this, girl."
Let's shake it off. Just blah, blah, blah.
But at the same time, there was also another one that was darting out of the nearer shadows to bite you on the leg. And it has successfully rolled a 16 after it got its nat 20 taken cruelly away from it.
Good.
But it did do a bite
On whom?
on Yum.
That's good. That's better than anyone else.
You take 6 damage.
Yep. That's not the part I'm worried about.
Yep. And that's all you need to worry about for now.
Okay,
Just take
great.
6 damage.
Mhm,
It's fine.
Good.
That's their turn. Copernicus. 'Tis you.
Do I have a sense that these are like really nimble creatures that they'd have like a high dex save?
Oh, by the way, I need to just step back momentarily. Alina.
Yep.
The one that you hit the wall is not dead, because I just realized that not all the damage that you did to it is damage that it isn't immune to.
Oh shit.
So it actually hit the wall, hits the ground, and is still up and kicking despite
Ugh.
having been pounded down the hall by a giant 2-handed hammer.
I mean, it's getting what we all want, just in a different way.
Different kind of pounding.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, so what was the question? From
Do I have a
Copernicus.
sense from looking at these creatures move that they're very nimble and that they would have a high dex save? If I was going to make a guesstimation, I'm happy to roll on.
They're fairly
whatever
quick.
rolls.
They're fairly quick. You would say so, yeah.
Okay. They seem to, yeah. I'm torn between dropping a Everett's black tentacles and trying to clog up the hallways so they can't get to us, but I feel like they'd be able to save pretty easily against that, or like goosing a witch bolt to 2 targets with blood magic and just like frying 2 of these.
Do you have the twin
puppies.
one?
No, I have I can use blood magic to beef up other spells
Oh,
to
blood
increase targets
magic,
by 1.
right.
Yeah.
I was thinking of your Ring of Ancient Magic.
No, yeah, I
Um,
can't do that. But I could careful
but you-
spell to make sure that Ugna doesn't get hit by Everds if I needed
Well,
to.
it doesn't matter. Witch Bolt targets a specific target.
No, that's for the Everds version of this turn. I'm trying to choose between the two. So, how wide is the passage? Is it like would 20 feet? The 20 feet of Everds would I be able to block the whole passageway so that anything coming at us?
Just barely, because it is 20-foot wide, large
Okay.
passageway. So in other words, it wouldn't have a lot of distance to travel at the edges.
Okay. I think I'm gonna try Everds. I'm gonna pop one up, maybe in front of Ugna, so that the one that's already here, I think, is gonna be caught behind it. But anything coming in is gonna hit. Or what does safe spell last turn after turn? Like if next turn Ugna stays in the
Yes.
tentacles.
But
Okay.
remember,
Yeah.
all careful spell does is mean automatic success on the saving throw
Okay.
to the person you designate.
Right.
Okay. On their next saving throw or on all saving throws against the spell?
On,
Because I
on
think
all
turn by
saving
turn.
throws against that spell. Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, then I'm gonna pop the tentacles up with Ugna in them, but there should be 2 squares between Ugna and the incoming ones, and then it should catch the one that just bit her.
It just bit her. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll do that as a
So
careful spell.
Copernicus opens his mouth and terrifying abyssal sounds come out, and a terror in reality opens in the middle of this corridor, and a mass of black otherworldly tentacles rips through the portal.
And then he, with very poorly acted surprise. Well, actually, I'll roll and see if it's poorly acted. Oh no, okay, actually, he does a convincing job of looking surprised. A sewer tentacle monster! As if it's not something that he has just summoned from below.
Oh, you're just gonna harm
Um,
Ugna.
How convincing? What was your performance?
18 plus 4 is 22.
Oh god, now I'm gonna fight the floor.
Yeah, I'll get.
Ugna, don't worry about it. It seems to be going after the dog creatures.
I would like a roll from Ugna.
Yep.
Tromlin doesn't need to roll because it's too obvious.
What am I?
But a roll from Ugna
Is
and a
this
roll
int?
from Morgan, who's new to this.
Is this int?
Insight roll.
Oh god. 13.
Not gonna do it. Morgan? Oh, I think you're muted.
Sorry, I was eating a cookie. 9 plus 9, and I think that one has a skill, like a proficiency or something on it.
Yeah. That's why you have a +9. But Copernicus's roll is so good that at least for now you buy it.
And Morgan will let it like, oh, honey, don't worry, we've all been there. Like, it happens.
Yep, magic tentacle monster.
Sometimes floor tentacles.
Okay, so this requires saving throw, dex saving throw, but Ugna, you automatically make it. Or take 3d6 bludgeoning damage and be restrained. So I'm going to roll the damage, or do you want to roll the damage? You roll the damage for me.
Yeah, I'll roll the damage.
3d6 damage, please.
Ooh, not good. 5.
Okay, so 5 damage to the creature,
Yeah.
Oh, Pappy's tentacles
and-
just don't got the pep that
but
you
and it is restrained.
Yeah.
They just
It
woke
is
up.
now
They
restrained.
just woke up.
It has to use a turn to try and break the being restrained. So that's a good deal.
Anything
Okay.
coming through here will get caught.
Top of the round, Tromlin.
So you have basically, just to make sure I understand this. Copernicus, you basically did like an entangling tentacle attack on them, right?
Yeah, so right now only one's caught in it, but any of them that are going to come into biting range have to move through it and make saves to be able to progress through.
So okay, that removes the spell I was going to cast, which is fine.
And
I was
what-
gonna-
You used the careful spell.
Yeah.
Which I believe covers 4 people, so the whole group, right?
Yeah, I thought Ugna was at the front, so I was casting it on basically like
Yeah.
Ugna and 3 squares around Ugna.
No,
So I
but
don't
you
think
can
anyone's-
still designate up to 4 people that are
Oh, so like
excluded.
if they want to move through it later, they
correct, because
amazing, yeah.
no matter when someone moves into it, like this thing is concentration, right? It sticks around up
then,
to
yeah,
a minute.
I'll
Just
pop
10
that on the whole
rounds.
party then. Yeah,
Nice.
Okay,
myself included.
just wondering in case anyone else wants to get across this mass
Yeah.
of tentacles. And you don't have to do it on yourself. Or actually, it doesn't say you're immune. So yeah, why not?
So I'll do it myself. And I think Fernie will say like, the tentacle monster, but it seems to be friendly to our cause. As if to imply.
I'm gonna give Morgan a
advantage.
advantage on that roll. So roll your insight again.
I didn't make the insight,
19
so I
plus-
believe that the tentacles are a monster that are bad.
19 plus 9?
Yeah, you realize that he cast that spell deliberately and made this thing come here. It's not a tentacle monster.
Oh,
He's
At
just for
first she was
some
just
reason
like,
trying to
"Oh, and-
pretend it is.
Another wild sorcerer. Oh, another fake wild sorcerer. Oh.
But Ugna, you are 100% convinced that this is a monster that's maybe friendly because Copernicus seems to say so.
Okay, so I may or may not.
Because it's not attacking you, like
We'll see.
it's for some reason. But it has grabbed a hold of the brain thing and grappled it.
Good, good.
Okay. So that anyway, we were on Tromlin.
Yes. So one of the ones that's free, I will try to cast Puppet on it.
Ooh. I'm just double checking the range.
It is 120 feet.
Oh, well then, yeah, no problem.
It's a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, I was just looking up its saving throw modifier for con. +2. I have a total of 8. Your spell save DC is much higher than that. It fails. What would you like to do with it?
He is going to run. I can basically just make him move. That's all I can do. I can't.
Yeah, you can make him, if he's holding something, he can make him drop it, but he isn't. They don't really have hands, but you can make him
Can
move.
I try to slam him into one of the other ones?
I mean, kind of. It's movement. It's just movement, so the other one could just step out of the way. You can't make it attack. You could move it into the tentacles.
Okay. You're going into the tentacles. You live there.
Okay. So you just reach out your hand, and one of them leaps forward into the tentacles. It has failed its dex save. Oh no, sorry, that'll make its dex save. I was forgetting they have a bonus. +3 gives me a 17. I'm pretty sure that's over your spell save DC. Copernicus?
15 is
Yeah.
mine.
So it makes its saving throw. Does that mean it takes no damage, or does it take half damage? No, it's no damage, isn't
No
it?
damage. Yeah.
Otherwise,
So
it would be
not restrained at all.
they'd be bashing up on.
Yeah.
So it's in there. It is now inside the tentacle sphere, but it is not yet grappled or damaged. That's Tromlin. Next up is Ugna.
All right, this thing just bit me in the ankle. I hate
Yeah.
that. It should go join its friend up the hallway.
You gonna do some damage to it?
Mm-hmm.
Roll with advantage because it is grappled.
Oh, right. So the first attack is 18 plus 8.
Mhm.
I think hits. My second attack is also with advantage. Because it's still
Yeah,
grappled.
because it's restrained.
Right. 17 plus 8. So let's wail on this thing.
I'm just going to speed things up by
Another
saying don't
bonus
bother
attack.
rolling damage.
Yeah.
It does not seem to be dead. It's still struggling with the tentacles.
So I just full on wail on this thing.
Oh yeah, you're smashing the shit out of it. I'd like Copernicus. I'm assuming you're not trying to knock it down the hallway because it's restrained by the tentacles, so
yeah.
it would be kind of
I'm just trying to
counterproductive.
mash it to a pulp.
Copernicus, please roll me an Arcana check.
Gotcha. Coming right up. That's a 26.
Nice.
You realize watching this occur that they seem to be immune to non-magical damage.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ugna has been pounding on this thing with the
Yeah.
hammer, and you don't think it's taking any significant effect.
I think
I mean,
Fernie
other
will
than being
call,
thrown down the hallway. Which,
we'll call
the other
it
one.
like I don't think regular weapons can hurt them. And I'm gonna start like reaching for my ritual dagger to toss Ugna.
Regular weapons all I got.
you also have, I believe it was you that has Fetid's dagger as well.
Do I?
No, Copernicus.
That's what I thought.
Oh,
I thought he had the dagger.
okay.
Copernicus you have your own magic ritual dagger, but you also have that magic dagger that you guys just bought for Fetid.
Oh, right. The one. Yeah,
Because you haven't
okay.
given it to him yet. And
Yeah.
I would believe it was you who took it.
Okay.
Morgan, you're up.
Um,
Speaking of magical damage.
yeah. I'll look to the other people and be like, "Is this super serious?" Because I'm not sure what all of their abilities are. Basically asking like, should I pull out a level 3 spell?
We're concerned.
All right.
It bit one of us.
So I'm hoping I can get a lightning bolt to hit more than one of them. If not,
You can hit 2 of them.
okay, I will do a lightning bolt then. I'll move to have
You just position
That
yourself
line?
so you've got
Yeah.
that line of sight.
Yeah.
Good.
It's 100 feet long, so I don't know what else it'll hit, but
Well, hopefully there's nothing else
Take it-
further down the corridor.
at least nothing else friendly, at least. And ooh, I'm gonna have to roll luck on that one.
Ooh.
Hang on a second. You don't have to roll to hit.
Oh, I don't. Okay, cool.
Yeah, this is. I was just double checking, but no, there's no hit roll.
Nice.
It is simply save for half damage. This
Okay.
is an auto hit attack. So I will roll. What kind of save is it? It doesn't say.
Probably Dex.
Dexterity save.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, it just said on a failed save. What the hell? Okay, so I will make their dex saves. You have a pretty high spell save DC. One of them makes it anyway because I rolled over 20 with its
no,
bonus.
No.
Oh,
So
Sorry.
I'll give it that fucking eyes.
Hell yeah.
No.
which ability are you
Stay
using
down.
to fuck with it?
I'm gonna use a silvery barbs.
Do you? I'm just double checking. Yeah, I guess you can use a reaction even in your turn. I don't see why not. Otherwise, the causing a saving throw penalty kind of makes no sense. So Silvery Barbs, it rolls again and it does not make it saving throw.
Silvery
Nice.
Barbs was your wife's former stage name.
8d6 damage.
And
Holy shit.
with that, she'll throw a wink over at Copernicus and be like, "Eh," and he'll get that bonus
Oh,
from the
amazing.
silvery barbs.
Cool. So you're giving the bonus to Copernicus for your next,
Yeah.
saving throw or roll.
Bernie's face like lights up literally and figuratively when your lightning bolt goes surging down the hallway and just fries a bunch of these things.
Bazorch. All right, so roll your 8d6 damage
Oh my god.
and tell me what you got.
Oh my goodness, I should have had these already ready to go. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I think part of the drama of a big
brand new
damage roll is
character.
gathering all the dice, making sure you have the right number.
Mhm.
Indeed.
Oh, I have just like my beautiful container of all my favorite dice here.
Nice.
All of the best dice.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the fanciest dice.
And some of my boyfriend's very boring dice, but
You just gotta do what you gotta do.
I love them. 2, 4, 6, 7, one more. Okay, orange. Here we go. Some ASMR.
Excitement. ASMR. Dice roll.
Okay. 2 5s.
That's good.
A 6, a 4,
20,
2 3s, and 2
26.
4s.
26, 34. 34 damage. Okay, so you catch the one that is struggling in the tentacles right in front of you because that's an easy one to line up with any other. This is why you can get 2 of them. And it is dead. It just fries, sizzles in the grip of these tentacles. And then you hit another one further down, and you hear it kind of make a little smacking noise of its tail on the ground in pain and displeasure. Excellent. Next up is them.
I have movement left enough to
Yeah.
move away and back fearfully?
Yep. Back up behind.
Yeah.
Ugna is still blocking all of you from the
Yeah.
direction of these things. So that one's dead,
It
and
also
the one that was
ignites
Zorch before is
flammable
dead.
objects.
Yeah, there's nothing. So if this corridor is as long as the other one, you're far enough away from the central sewage area to avoid lighting it on fire again, because you already did that once last
Yeah.
time.
Made a
If
good
there's
move.
anything else up there that's flammable, sorry. 4. Whatever. Okay, so they are attempting to do various things. First of all, the one that started its turn has to save to avoid being grappled. This is the one that Tromlin puppeted and forced
Right.
to jump in.
Nice.
Because it starts its turn there, it makes a saving throw, it fails. It is now restrained, and it takes 3d6 bludgeoning damage.
Rolling it.
Roll
That's
them.
11, 12 damage, but I don't know if it actually qualifies as magical damage.
Yes,
so
it does.
Might... Oh, yay.
It's
Amazing.
being done by a spell.
Beautiful.
It is bludgeoning damage, but it's considered magical bludgeoning damage.
Love it. That's 12.
Okay. And it is grappled. So of the 6, 2 are dead. 1 is now grappled in there. 1 is extremely badly injured. And then there are 2 more beyond. And they are going to make additional attempts. Now that there is a barricade in their way, all they can do is kind of stay at the edges of it and try to get your minds. So I'm going to randomize again who seems to be the threats to them. I think they still don't realize that Copernicus has even done anything. So I think that they are going to actually know, though, he's got the juiciest mind.
That's true.
My brain.
I'm including you in my randomization, sir.
I'm just an
Get the nerd, he's got a book.
And
Ugna.
suspenders.
Oh no.
The glasses and
And a little
suspenders.
bow tie.
Yeah.
He's got a little bow tie.
Ugna, roll a
Purdy
save,
is
please.
straight up a fucking nerd.
no. Oh no,
Oh, sorry?
that is a 4, which is actually a 3. I might spend an inspiration on that.
Up to you.
Definitely spending an inspiration on that.
There are no reactions left for Morgan to help you out. So
13
Yeah, I don't think.
is better than a 4.
what? So you rolled a 13,
I rolled a 14, but I have a -1.
right?
The 13's a DC, right?
I'm just double checking. I think it is.
Oh gosh.
Yes, that is
Yes!
exactly enough.
Good.
And unfortunately, you now have to roll another one because the
Oh,
other one has
God.
also rolled a 1.
All right. 19, which is 18.
You're good. You're good.
Oh, my girl.
You.
Doing great. Keep it together.
And
got this!
the one that got caught and bludgeoned can still act. It is going to spend its attack, its action. Is it gonna? It can either do another one of these, or it could try to break free. They're quite smart, but not like super smart. I think it's going to try and break free. It does so. So it makes a strength save, and it tears itself free from the tentacles.
Oh, it
Sorry?
It can do strength. So I was gonna say it has disadvantage on the check, but only if it's using dexterity.
Oh, sorry, what?
It has
It can
disadvantage
use
on
either?
the check.
Oh, it's deck.
No,
strength
but
or
it
dex.
can use either. So if it's using strength, it doesn't have the disadvantage, and what just happened probably happened.
Right.
Yeah, I know. I just rolled again because it would have used dex. Their strength is terrible.
Oh, okay.
I just
So
didn't
then, yeah,
realize it could. I thought it had to. So I rolled
No.
again just to give it, but it made it with disadvantage for the dex.
Oh,
It's way better at the dex save than it is at the strength save has a -3.
Okay.
So it would have made more sense. I rolled a nat 20, but it makes more
Right.
sense that it would have used dex.
It's on the list.
And that's and then there's the injured one further back. So what is it going to do? All right, it's moving up to the edge of the thing. This is the one that you booted down the corridor earlier, and is now really badly injured because of the lightning bolt. And it is also going to attempt to do this. Let's see who it does it to. Oh, it's not a hat trick. I didn't roll another one. I rolled a 3. So it's doing this to Morgan. Morgan, you
Oh,
need to
no.
roll
Oh.
a int save.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh, what'd you roll?
That was a 1.
You got inspiration if you need it.
You can
Yeah, I
spend
don't
an
think-
inspiration for a
Yeah,
reroll.
this is still too close to my turn using a reaction.
Yeah, you can't use a reaction. You've already used it.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna use an inspiration
All right,
for that
there
one.
you
Go for it.
That's it.
17.
go. Ooh,
You made
better,
it.
Better.
Much better.
Oh, I want to point out, you don't have to use an inspiration for that reroll if you want. You can use one of
Oh.
your luck points.
Oh, that's a reaction.
Oh, you're right. It is a reaction. Is it? Wait a second.
Yeah, it says bend luck, use reaction.
No, not your bend luck power with that messes someone else. The lucky feat that you took.
Oh, okay.
I'm just double checking if it actually says
You regain.
whenever you make an attack roll, an ability check, or saving throw, you can spend 1 luck point to roll an additional d20, either before or after you roll the die, and then you can choose which to take. So you basically can. It's like you can give yourself advantage effectively. There's no cost to this.
Nice.
Okay.
It doesn't
Yeah.
take an action.
She'll do
You
that.
have. It's just
She'll
that
be
you
like-
only have so many luck points.
Yeah.
So you use one of your luck points.
Yeah, she'll do that. She'll be like kind of like crumbling and her head will fall and then she'll be like, "Oh, try again, bitch."
Because you would have, in fact, fallen unconscious with that roll.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Because if you fail by 5 or more, you fall unconscious.
yikes.
Oh my god. Yeah,
Yikes.
natural
There
one.
you
It's
go.
not a good time for that one.
Okay.
Not for our spellcaster.
Next
One
up,
of our
Copernicus.
spellcasters.
I'm going to run up to Ugna and hand her 2 magic knives.
Good.
I'd be like, carve these fuckers up. Um,
Shing.
And then I might try and do dual spells. I might try and keep the tentacles up, and then drop some witch bolt on the 2 that are out of the. There's 3 that are out of the zone and 1 that's in.
Correct.
Or could am I allowed to do 2 tentacles at the same time and bring those friends in the back row into the party?
Like cast the spell again and count. Yeah, you could.
Yeah, just have two tentacles going.
I think you're gonna have way more success with the witch bolt.
Okay. All
Because
right, then I'm
remember,
gonna.
the witch bolt is continuous damage.
Yeah. As long as I can maintain it concentrating, which I would have
Yeah.
to do both of them.
That's fine.
Yeah, but
But-
you don't have to make a concentration check. You don't have to make a concentration check until you are forced to.
Oh, okay.
So it's
Um,
harder to concentrate when you're doing. Remember, you have a talent that lets you concentrate on 2 spells at once.
Yeah. That's the
But
multitask.
there's still normal triggers for concentration checks, right?
Oh, okay. So I had assumed that it would start provoking checks to do it at all. Okay, then yeah, I'm gonna multitask and I'm gonna hit a witch bolt on the 2 uninjured ones, I think, because this is a real damage pump and I want to get
Yeah.
all the juice I can out of it. And I'm gonna use blood magic, which may force a concentration check to initiate, because I think I take
Oh,
or no, I can
actually,
use
yeah.
the blood points. I can use the blood
No.
points to start, right?
But the blood points cause damage when you use it, so it would.
Oh, okay.
Also, I don't have I only have the short form description there. You can't do that on a spell that doesn't already target more than 1. Like you can add an extra target to a spell that targets more than 1 person.
Oh,
You can't if it's a spell that hits only 1 target, you can't twin the spell. You just so in
Gotcha.
other words, you could use that blood magic with a fly spell to add an extra person to the
Right,
number of
because I
people
already
you can
I
cast
already had a
fly.
way to increase it to 2. And then
Correct.
Increase it to 3.
So
Okay.
you're just going to hit 1 target this way, but you
Pump
can
some
fry the
damage
fuck
into
out of
it.
that target.
Yeah. Because I know I won't get a ton of damage done with another Everds, but then everyone gets advantage on hitting those.
Yeah, but only if they get caught, and they're pretty good at dex saves.
Okay, then let's do some Witch Bolt, and I know they've got relatively low AC.
So make your roll to hit, and don't forget you get advantage because you were given the bonus from.
Oh
Morgan.
yeah, thank you. Make it count. All right, then yeah, and I'll hit one of the guys at full health.
Yep. Go for it.
Thank you very much for that advantage. That makes it a 24 to hit.
That will hit.
Beauty.
Roll your 4d12 damage.
Yeah. that's 14, and then 29.
Okay, so this is the force lightning as
Yeah.
you go. So you continue.
Yeah.
Lightning is coming from your fingers and lancing into this creature. And as long as you can still see it, you will be able to continue doing that next round.
And then
So it takes 28 damage.
with a convincingness of a 11 performance, Bernie's like, oh, the static electricity is so bad down here.
Morgan is actually pretty excited. She's like, "Yeah, baby!" And there's like little
doesn't
sparks
even-
coming from her hair.
Yeah, that doesn't even work on Ugna.
No.
Cool. That's the
Planned effort.
Okay. Next up is top of the round, Tromlin.
So there's one that's wounded.
There's two of them. One of them is slightly wounded. But grappled in the tentacles. That's the one that you puppeted into the tentacles.
Okay, good.
Then there's another one that is badly wounded down the hall that got fried by a lightning bolt spell.
Well, he's about to
and
get hit with a guiding
And
bolt.
another one that's badly wounded that is currently being lanced with witch lightning.
So, guiding bolts. I think of the one who is very wounded.
There's also an unwounded one.
I'm trying to finish one off.
Okay, so you want to hit the one you can. There's one that Copernicus is continuously doing damage to. There's one that got hit by the lightning bolt and is not taking.
I know.
any
I want to
damage.
hit the one that was wounded, like really severely wounded.
There's two of
Not-
them.
One
The
that's
one that
not
was
being
hit by lightning
lanced.
bolt or the one. Okay, so you want to hit the one with the lightning bolt from before. Go for it.
All right.
I assume you're just casting this as a first level guiding bolt.
Yeah, because I want to make sure. Like,
Okay, roll to hit. AC 13.
open. 13 on the dot.
Bam, that'll hit it. Damage. Frankly, don't bother rolling your damage unless you roll all ones. I guess roll it and see if it's all ones.
It is not. I rolled 14 points of damage.
That's a lot more than the 6 hit points it had left. Sorry, 5 hit points it had left. Anyway, yeah, you guiding bolt and a lance of holy light comes from your hand. It's no longer bright white like it used to be. It's kind of slightly purplish because it's Lolth bright.
Yep, that's fine.
It's Lolth light. It sounds like a product. That thing expires.
It's like a fleshlight with spider
I
shape.
was just gonna say, it's a fleshlight full of spiders.
Hey Ugna, you now have a knife in each hand
I sure do.
and a bird on your
I
head.
do.
Stabble, stabble.
Stab
And
stab.
yeah, there's one
It's
a couple
restrained.
feet away from you
Yeah.
that's been restrained by the tentacles.
How about
and slightly
I
injured.
put some magic blades into it?
Stab, 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 stab,
Stab,
stab.
stab, stab. Stab, 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 stab. So that would
Okay.
be a regular and an offhand attack, and then another
Yeah.
regular attack.
Correct. 3 attacks can be made.
Okay, I have not rolled below. Yeah, I have not rolled below an 11. So with
Well,
my plus 8.
roll them in order because if
Yeah.
you're giving yourself advantage, it matters.
That's true.
Granted,
so
it doesn't matter because you succeeded on all of them. I
Yeah,
guess
it
it
was
just matters for
14,
nat 20s.
11, and then 13.
Okay. Your damage
The
here
damage
is
will
going
matter.
to be.
The knife is a
So
little.
Copernicus's dagger is much bigger and jagged.
That's probably my,
is-
my primary then, and then the second hand,
and
the offhand is
Fedid's
the,
is quite small.
Yeah.
So
for a little guy.
the
He's just a little
the
guy.
D6 for the primary and a D4 for the lesser, the
Gotcha.
secondary.
Do I still get my plus 7 for damage, or is it the plus 5 of just my strength?
No, it's your strength bonus, but they're also magic, so add another +1.
Okay. Ba-ba-ba. So that is 4 plus 6 is 10. 10 and 8 is 18. And then what was the small knife? Was it D4?
D4,
Okay.
but same bonus.
Betty
2 plus
Kiki's
6
asking.
is another 8.
Betty
Done.
Kiki put, "Will anyone draw the low play?" I'm gonna say, I'll do it for 5 gift subs.
Woo!
Oh.
Discord
That's-
exclusive.
Nice.
Nice.
Discord exclusive
Yeah, for 5 gift
gift
subs.
subs. I'm down. Okay. So that
stab,
finishes
stab.
him off. You stab him to death.
Stab him in the brain.
You do many stabbings as he's being crushed by the black Ever's tentacles, and it's all just bad news for him. He dislikes this, but he doesn't have a chance to say much because he's dying. Next up is Morgan. There is still one undamaged one on the other side of this tentacle pit. And then there's also one that is being currently zarched with Copernicus's
I
lightning.
think Meta just took you up on that, Bat Raven.
What happened?
Nice.
Holy shit.
Perfect.
Excellent.
I look
excellent.
forward to looking at brushes that give off a nice glow and shine
yeah.
for wetness.
Good,
Sweet.
good, good. I may need to do a little sketch of that too, because that's just horrifying, and I love it.
This is the advantage of following a live play stream
Yeah.
of
Oh my
artists.
God.
Not sponsored, but Bad Dragon, if you want to hire me as a concept artist,
Mhm.
just join our Discord for this gift
Yep.
from MetaGeeky.
That's very on brand for this stream.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure that Ugna looks like she's holding one of those little plastic swords that you get
Yeah.
at drinks
Cocktail sword.
Tiny.
with,
Yeah.
the, with, her,
Tiny.
with her
No,
offhand.
it's
you
like
know?
it's like a plastic like knife from a fast food restaurant. It's like
Yes.
this big in the giant fist.
I've got it really
The-
delicately, but I'm just stabbing it very hard.
Copernicus's ritual dagger actually looks kind of like a normal dagger, but that's because it looks like a short sword when Copernicus holds it.
Ah.
Yeah.
Nice.
But the other
Um,
dagger is a dagger-sized dagger,
It's
so
a
it looks
little
like a
tiny
toothpick.
kobold. It's
Yeah.
just a little kobold dagger.
Oh. I hope
baby
you don't
dagger.
break it.
It's so small.
Luckily, it's magic.
Oh yeah. So I'm going to do a chaos bolt on the one that's not being witch bolted in the hopes that it will jump.
Nice.
Ooh, nice.
So that is just
Are you casting this at first, or are you looking for more damage?
It's the one that is farther away is only grabbed, right? Or is it even grabbed?
No, it's completely untouched. No one's done
Oh,
anything to
okay.
it yet.
Yeah, I will make it a second level then.
Okay, so it'll do 2d8 plus 2d6 damage. So roll the hit
17
first. Yeah, roll the hit.
17 on the d20,
You got it.
and then 2d8 plus.
2d8, but I need to know if they're the same number.
Yeah. Those are d12s. I wish. Here we go. All right. A 4 and a 5, and I was looking it up. I actually get to choose between the numbers.
Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry, I thought the way it was worded, I thought you were supposed to choose one and then roll it. But
I
you
still get
actually
to
get to
pick.
choose based on the numbers you rolled. So which do you want, force or lightning damage?
Lightning all the way.
Okay,
Um,
so your chaos bolt is lightning damage, and
Yeah.
roll your so that's 9 damage, and then roll the 2d6 as well.
hold on, I'm grabbing the prettier ones.
That's my favorite way to deal with damage.
Oh, 2d6. Nice.
2 6s, boxcars.
Nice.
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 Excellent.
Zarch 12 lightning damage to this guy. He is no longer undamaged.
Can we spice
Um,
it up with some wild as well?
Do you say so? So roll for the roll the d20 to see if wild magic happens, or actually no, don't. I am happy to just
have it
have this
happen.
bargain. Would you like wild magic to occur at this
Yes.
time?
Yes.
In that case,
I
am
did
going
roll
to.
a d20. If you want me to keep that roll or re-roll, or you do
What'd you
it.
roll?
I rolled an 18.
Okay, I'm gonna call that a roll to choose to do this magic, and that's a good roll, so I'm gonna give it to you. All right, so please roll percentile. Actually, no, never mind. I just remembered. I decided this. I'm going to roll the percentile rolls in the wild magic table
Right.
because I don't want you to know what I rolled, because then as more wild magic happens, it becomes no longer a surprise, right? Because
Yeah.
people remember, oh, hey, I remember when you rolled that last time. You know exactly what it's going to be. So I will make the roll. And not tell you what it is. I'll just tell you what the effect is.
Perfect.
Excellent. Wild magic.
You become gigantic.
Ooh, oh no.
So as you go to cast this bolt spell, you're sort of like leaning
Like-
over like the massive tentacles and trying to get a good view of the thing to cast it. And so as you begin your spell cast, you swell up to a giant size. You become a large sized creature. So basically, you swell up
Wow.
to like 10 feet tall.
Woo.
Okay, only I
Um,
was worried because giant is like a
No, just
Okay.
one
Yeah.
size
Woo.
category.
Yeah. Woo.
You
Okay.
become large size. So you become 10 feet tall. You
Right.
swell up to larger than Ugna size.
Big.
And then you can easily see over the tentacles as you blast the chaos bolt into this creature. You will remain that size for a full minute. So
Okay.
basically, the rest of the combat.
For my instead of my move action, can I go Ugna, and then just give her a little boop?
And I like look up and I'm like, whoa.
Boop.
I give you like a nod, like nice, nice.
I don't know what's
you-
happening, but this is great.
All I want to do
You
is
now
see
have
her
a-
turn into a giant woman.
You now have advantage on all strength checks and saving throws for the duration. As well, your weapons do an extra d4 damage.
Nice.
However, that's not really
Okay,
your forte,
also,
so
roll
it's
me an
probably not
insight.
going to come up.
Roll me an insight there, Raven.
All right.
Or I'll just give it to you because I don't think I could cover for it very well.
Oh, it's
I'm just going to,
17.
Yeah.
yeah.
It
Did
was
you roll
anyway.
a 17?
I rolled a 17.
Yeah.
So just so you guys know, Morgan has expertise in insight.
Good.
So that's
Ugna,
That's a 20. That's a 26.
Ugna's very into
Damn.
giant satyr women. Just put that
Perfect.
out there.
I mean,
She
Morgan's
blushes
just
a little bit.
perfect.
You're like waist deep in black evered spiked tentacles
Yes.
as you stab this thing to death,
Yes.
and you just like go.
And
This
this
is
like,
gonna-
no, from Ugna's POV, this incredibly hot giant satyr woman kind of like just leans in after you're drenched in gore and just goes like, boop.
Yeah, this is a weird mix of fetishes
Yeah.
right here. We
Yeah.
got tentacles, we got giantesses, we
Okay,
Amazing.
I've got a meme for you. The
Yeah.
meme is Ugna walking with her arm around a mass of black tentacles,
Yeah.
but then looking back over her shoulder
Yes.
at the giant
Yes.
satyr.
and the tentacles are like
Sorry, I'm just writing that down in general so we don't forget.
Correct.
nice.
Meme.
I mean, we could just use
Tentacle.
the meme and just put the label
That is
Everett's
Yeah.
Black
that is
Tentacle.
a prompt for my
Ugna,
sketches.
giant
Giant
Morgan.
satyr.
Hell yes.
But I like the sketch version. I want to see that.
Yep.
Excellent. Okay, well done, Morgan.
All right, there.
It is their turn.
Amazing.
So I'll remind you that you do have your reactions available now. Their turn, the one that is being witch bolted to hell is going to specifically attempt to affect Copernicus. So Copernicus, please make me an intelligence save.
Seems fair.
Something tells me the nerd's gonna be okay.
I mean, he does
Oh
have like
no,
a,
the nerd's one short.
No.
I might use an inspiration on that. Perny's pretty protective of his brain. Try that again.
You know what it's like when somebody tries to invade your brain. And no one better.
Oh no, even worse. All right,
Is
do
he
it.
struggling?
Lay it on me.
Do I see him struggling?
Probably because the witch bolt probably starts to like
It's just
crackle
like-
and go
Yeah.
funky.
you
'Cause I'll
can.
use a silvery barbs on that.
I
for
don't think you
sure.
can use it because you can only use it on someone succeeding to make them.
Yeah,
have a chance
you
to get away.
can't.
I
There's
don't
no
know
one.
if it's
There's no one
failing.
making an attack roll here for you to
Oh,
mess
true,
with.
true.
So you're going to need to. The only thing you. Let me double check what you can do because you do
I can
have.
just force a reroll of any kind. I think.
No.
Oh, it's
Bend
luck.
luck is the penalty.
I was one off. So if anyone
No.
can boost my
No,
roll
ties of
somehow,
chaos is your own.
I'm one off.
I'm afraid there is no option here.
no,
There's
you're right.
several things that could have been done in advance, but none of them were done.
Yeah, succeeds on an attack roll, an ability check,
Yeah.
or saving throw. Yeah.
So you are unfortunately going to fail this. So here's what happens.
Yikes.
Hecked up.
Sorry, everyone passed every one of these saves except for Bernie.
Yep.
They
Right
really
off the
weren't-
bat.
They weren't trying.
You-
You're the
however,
extra juicy
okay.
bundle,
Take-
so they really
You're-
want you.
You're lucky because you didn't fail by enough to be rendered at intelligence 0 and incapacitated.
No.
Instead, you just take 3d10 psychic damage.
Ow.
All right.
I'll take blame for saying I think the nerd will be okay.
Definitely
I think
set
I've
my-
made a
definitely set
couple
me
of
up for failure.
mistakes.
What else
That
could
being
go
one of them.
wrong?
17 psychic damage, please.
All right. So what's that do to my concentration here?
It forces you to make a Constitution save with disadvantage.
Yep.
All right. DC 10. Goes half the
Yeah,
damage,
actually,
or 10?
two of them. Concentration check is DC 10 or half the damage taken, whichever is higher, so 10.
So that's 10. Okay. Sorry, so I'm making 2 Constitution saves.
Two
at
Constitution
disadvantage?
saves, one for each spell. So do one for Everett's Black Tentacles,
Oh, I see. Gotcha. Okay. For tentacles.
and you're doing it at disadvantage because that's the trade off for being able to concentrate into it
Yeah.
once.
So tentacles goes out.
Okay.
Tentacles.
And the second one for the Witch Bolt.
Hey, 11. Witch bolt stays up.
Nice.
So the Witch Bolt keeps going. The one
Nice.
thing it was trying to do doesn't happen.
So Pernie's eyes start bleeding as he locks gaze with this thing, and he's like, "Oh, try it, you little fucker!" And, the lightning intensifies.
Good.
Morgan's like, Copernicus!
The other one.
Language!
The other one is going to do a similar attempt on Morgan. So Morgan, please roll me a saving throw. Saving throw.
11 plus.
You have no bonus, so that's a fail.
Oof.
Do you want to do anything about it, or do you want to take the damage?
No, she'll be a prissy bitch about it, and we'll try and bend it somehow.
You want so you can spend a luck point on it.
Yeah.
A second luck point. Okay, so re-roll.
Oh,
This will be your second luck point for the day. your
I could
3.
use Tides of Chaos, actually.
Oh, right, that's the
Re-roll
one
a
because
fail.
that's on yourself. Yep,
Yeah.
yep. That costs your reaction, but you didn't use your reaction. So, yep, you use your reaction to actually. Why doesn't it say? Maybe it doesn't require a reaction. Go ahead and make the roll. I'm just going to double check whether or not this costs your reaction.
I did it to 2.
You re-rolled and got a 2.
Mm-hmm.
That's not going to help.
Yeah.
Oh no! Remember what we were saying about rolling all those good rolls early in the night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend a luck then. 15. Is that good enough? Please tell me.
Yeah, 15 will do it. I'm just double checking because, yes, luck can be done so the normal rule of thumb is that only one reroll on a given thing. So if you spend inspiration, you don't get it. The one exception to that is luck, the luck
Nice.
feat.
Okay.
So you can use the luck feat. But I'm just double checking whether you've spent your reaction.
The other one I used an inspiration on, right?
Sorry, aha, it didn't cost your reaction. But in order to do the Tides of Chaos, you get a wild magic surge.
Okay.
So you got a reroll, but it immediately causes a wild magic surge on the table. So I am rolling for another effect.
Okay.
That is going to occur. What is that? Right.
I'll wait for the effect for my
Yep.
description.
The corridor fills with fog,
Okay.
centered on you,
Huh.
Okay.
and it obscures all of your vision.
Morgan will be like grabbing her head, and she'll shake it off, and go, "Oh, you hate her!" And then the fog will
Good.
push
The
out.
fog rolls in. Okay, that means you're going to lose sight of that particular creature. But the other one is got the witch bolt on it and is still being concentrated on, so it does not. It's locked on. Speaking of which, Copernicus, it's your turn.
Nice.
Alright, let's keep frying this little fucker. Let's do it.
I just tried
So
to fry
it
your
managed to
brain.
do damage to you, but you're like, oh, fuck you. So just go ahead and roll your damage. There's no other roll. You don't have to roll a hit again.
I love the image of
That
Perny
is-
locked in mental combat.
4d12.
Nice.
That's 23.
That is dead.
Nice.
Sweet.
You fry it.
Love it.
Yeah, and your spell ends because there's no target, and you're all just suddenly standing here in the quiet. The last one has vanished.
Uh-oh.
I'm just going to double check the fog spell just in case, like, you can still do something. Like just with disadvantage or something. Or if it's just considered completely obscured.
Is it a fog spell or a fog effect?
It's a fog cloud spell, basically.
Mm.
Okay.
It's an effect, but it mimics the cloud of fog, or the fog cloud spell.
No eating my character sheet. No.
Yes. Yes,
No.
good. I will make a nest out of this paper.
No.
Yes, the area is considered heavily obscured. So basically, the creature is hidden in the fog. I guess you could attempt to try and track it down and spot it.
Can I X-ray vision the cloud to get to see where it is?
Not really, because that's meant to be like seeing through a thing to the other side of the thing. So if I were to consider the fog cloud a thing, you would see the other side of the fog cloud and not a thing within it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, it's just quiet now. You don't know where the thing is. It's out there somewhere in the fog.
Are we not doing any show? Are we done with combat then?
It depends on what you guys want to do.
Well,
I
would
think
cast Lesser Restoration on Ugna, just in an attempt to hopefully stave some of this off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'll hop in there and do, if someone can help me out with a medicine check or something.
try and clean the wound.
Yeah, yeah.
Right,
Yeah, or like, or I might say like save the lesser restoration. If we have to amputate, we're gonna want that to bring her limb back. Like,
A Lesser
it's gonna-
Restoration won't. Lesser Restoration won't do that. I need.
Yeah, you need a
Oh,
greater.
shoot. Okay. Okay.
So,
I mean, I'll guidance whoever's doing a thing.
I'll go. Then I'll go.
First,
What's,
I'm standing in the tentacles, so I will get out of there, so you don't get torn out.
Oh, the tentacles are
They're
gone,
gone.
now.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
They're gone.
I also look up at Morgan, who's still giant. Like, how'd she get big like that?
Ugna
It
focus,
happens
honey.
sometimes.
Huh.
It's fine.
I will help with the medical check.
Okay, so I'll take a help action and take
And
advantage.
guidance.
Awesome, and then I get a +4 for the guidance.
Yep. Stack up these bonuses.
All right. 18, 21.
Cool. You wash out the wound very carefully with like some alcohol and just generally bind it up real nice.
We can cut it a little deeper if you need to with your knife.
There's a heal is done, like the lesser restoration to magically heal as well at the same
I
time,
guess
like
we
to
could
magically.
some of the barrier that can fit out too if we had to.
Do you also want to heal the damage while you're at it?
Yeah, sure.
There's 6
So
hit points.
use a 1 bead each for the restoration and the heal. Don't water rolling it. That'll give you all the hit points back. Copernicus, while this is all going on, you're obviously concerned with Ugna, and you're all sort of keeping an eye out. Oh, speaking of keeping an eye out, everybody roll me perception. But I'm also going to call for Copernicus to give me an Arcana check.
2.
I got a
Yeah, you don't
17
notice anything.
plus.
You notice fog.
I got 17 plus. Can I get a bonus for being extra tall?
Honestly, you don't need it. 17 plus your perception bonus of 6. That's a 23.
Ooh.
You're
I
pretty
got
good.
25 total.
And Copernicus?
I got 14 for both.
Okay. 14 for both. So that's your
Yeah.
Arcana total as well.
Yeah, so it was a 12 and a 4, but my bonuses are very different to those two
Okay.
things.
Yes.
With the Arcana check, you suspect that this sorceress lady that you are with, and clearly a sorcerer. The type of spell casting is real obvious that this is a sorcerer casting. Second thing you notice that this sorcerer who is casting using the cup, that bejeweled drink
yeah.
cup, is being used as a spell casting focus.
Nice.
Cool.
So in other words, so basically you're all seeing like Morgan is like gesturing with the cup, like sip,
Take a swig.
magic, to cast
Good.
spells.
Yeah.
Swirling the ice a bit in there.
Yeah. Rattle, rattle, rattle.
The
Stirring.
third thing is you suspect wild magic.
Okay.
The whole situation here with like the random fog, which doesn't seem to be going away,
Yeah.
despite the fact that Morgan clearly didn't intend that spell to happen, it makes you think, this is a wild magic sorcerer.
It's Glimmerdale, baby.
Yep.
Yep. And on the perception rolls, no one is able to catch sight or sound of this little creature. Somebody rolled like a 26. That was Morgan, wasn't it? Or no, it was 23.
Yeah, mine was 23.
Yeah, 25.
25. Tromlin, you think you hear it scuttering off in the darkness, and you think the sound recedes, gets quieter, but you can't be sure of direction even, and you can't see anything, and the fog persists for some time, like a good 10 minutes, and it also moves with Morgan.
Sure.
So a few moments later, while you're sort of casting around and like on guard, cleaning Ugna's wound and so forth, there's like an unceremonious pop sound, and Morgan shrinks back to normal size.
He was probably elevating Ugna's leg, and then suddenly Ugna's leg was like
Gets
2
real
or 3
heavy.
feet
Yeah, you're-
lower than that. Like, sorry.
And you're like, ugh, big heavy
Wish-
leg now.
Yeah.
At some
Just
point,
gonna
Bernie
sit
will
that down.
step aside with Tromlin for a second. Tromlin, I appear to be bleeding from my eyes. Do you think you could give me some drops or something? And he looks like he is like very bloodshot, kind of haggard, like he's drained, and this has hurt him pretty significantly.
In other words,
And,
you need some healing.
Yeah.
Alright.
That one you should roll for, because I don't think you're going to give him all his hit points back, but some.
Grampy's got the old eye bleeds again.
Yep.
Yeah.
I want to see some real fast. Make sure.
I mean, bleeding from the eyes is kind
Down
of his
17.
thing.
That makes a difference for what you might choose.
So I'm going to do it at 3rd level, since I didn't use my other 3rd level spell.
Thank you.
So
That's early in the encounter to pull out a 3rd
We
level
could try.
spell.
Oh, let's see. Because I could. Can I get any hit points back from short resting? Is there any way to do that if I'm not?
Yes, you can spend hit dice.
Yeah.
Okay.
all right,
Maybe I
I'll do 2d. I'll do a 2nd level one.
Okay.
Hold on. And that'd be 17 total.
Bam.
Nice.
Done. Full. Thank you.
Okay. So yeah, you wait for a while. Eventually, the fog starts to dissipate naturally, and you just find yourselves in an empty corridor, except with a bunch of dead brain things. They all seem to be melting.
Don't like that.
Having been killed, they're kind of like turning to goo.
Can I do a quick field autopsy as while they're still semi-solid?
They seem to be made of the same kind of purple brain fungus, except their legs and they're kind of the same.
Morgan's going to chat with Copernicus as he examines the stuff and is like, "Oh, are you using that for your rituals, or to trying to persuasion him out of, keeping all his magic stuff secret, or trying to, anyways."
So I think, honestly, your best bet is just to get Tromlin to be like, Perny will keep this up far past the point where it's farcical. Rituals?
Don't
like
say
my morning coffee ritual. Yes, no, I know.
I rolled a 1. I rolled a 1.
Don't worry, let's just RP this. Let's just RP this. I want to hear more.
Yeah,
I want to hear.
Do you use that in your little pentagram, or is that a little book thingy that you do?
Pentagram, is that one of the new chats that the kids are using?
Well, I know there's a pentagram band. They have a really cute lyre player. And there's also this shop. It sells like some spell components, but like also some stuff that's like just like really stylish. It's a pretty cool place. Have you been to it? Have you?
I have not, but it sounds like
You know, we
the kind
should
of
go
place I like.
shopping. You really
I-
look like you could use like like a little pick me up, a little refresher. Like we should go shopping together.
Some
I'll
of these
bring you there. I'll
clothes,
bring you there.
some of these clothes are a little old. Some of them have seen the death of kings and fall of empires.
Actually, do you
Maybe
mind?
a
I
little
mean,
freshening up.
let me help you out. And she'll like give you a little prestidigitation, a little dust, a
Do you
little
rumple?
dust off your shoulder. Yeah.
Like it's
you
like
know-
your outfit's been ironed.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Perny, like, he does look like he stands a little taller and prouder, and like doesn't always remember to take care of himself, but when he does seem to like embody it. Like he does, like he owns it. He's happy. He like feels a little fresher and crisper. But thank you very much. And I think it's been a while since I've had a new bow tie. I certainly would. I think that could be a lot of fun.
Yeah, maybe we could look at like some little scarves or like maybe even a capelet. I think it'd be pretty nice.
He nods along. He's not fully following, but he clearly is happy to be in a conversation.
You just gotta go to like 500.
Happy to be in a conversation.
Yes,
Good. Good.
Copernicus. This lovely young lady is talking to him.
So, what do you think, Tromlin? Are we gonna have to chop my leg off? Because that's gonna make it real hard to keep doing the pit fighting circuit.
I'm assuming with the medicine check we didn't find anything like spreading or like
Yeah.
little tendrils growing in there, right?
You did not find anything like that. I don't know if Tromlin heard that. Randy?
But
That was
That
directed
was,
at you.
yeah, I was like, hey, Tromlin, what do you think? Are we gonna have to chop off my leg or anything? Because like, it's gonna make it real hard on my pit fighting career. But I mean, I'm willing for it. I'm willing to
not-
do it.
not that we can tell.
Okay. Okay. Good. Good.
Hopefully not.
We'll keep checking on it. We'll keep an eye
Yeah.
on it. But it looks
Yeah.
like
Here,
you're.
here,
No,
just
no.
to make you feel better, I'll make it extra cute. And she'll like throw a little prestidigitation on there as well.
Good.
Yep.
It's like
Aw.
we can burn it if we need to.
She'll also take out like a like dig through her purse and bring out like a little jar and like put some like cocoa
Aw.
butter on there.
Oh.
Aw.
Your
Yeah,
knees are
let's-
looking a little dusty, babe. You should really take care
let's
of
not
it, especially
be
if you're going to be in
into-
the ring. People can't really see it from that far away, but you want to be like just taken care of.
Oh yeah, no, it's good to have a good appearance like that. That sells a lot.
If you want, by the way, it would be easy for us to say this because you're doing healing stuff anyway. But Copernicus has the acid that Fetid made him in the alchemy jug last time.
Oh yeah.
If during the cleaning of the wound and healing process, you wanted to actually do some acid damage to Ugna just to
Please.
really clean the wound, and
Please.
then
Perny
heal it.
definitely
Yeah.
would. I
You
was
could do that.
I was in my head cursing that we didn't have the alchemy jug. I
Yeah,
forgot
yeah.
that I did take
Yeah,
some.
you did that
so
last time.
I would
Yeah,
definitely
we-
do some of that.
Definitely. Without
Ugna is
risking.
super stoic when acid is applied to her wound. It's like she gets wounded an awful lot. So
Yeah,
there's
well,
like,
you have a giant satyr nurse
Yeah.
at your side,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
holding your hand.
Oh.
Like it's okay, sweetie.
Like there's not even really an intake of breath or anything. She just like kind of grits it out and it's fine.
okay. So I think
Wow.
we'll probably wrap it there, eh? Because
Yeah.
we're at
That's a good
end,
idea.
end time.
Yeah, yeah. As
So-
we hear skittering off in the distance.
Yeah,
nervously.
it has escaped, the one survivor, and you have examined the others, and are basically ready to move on and try and find Fetid and the other Quaggles again. So we can pick up there next time,
Fetid and
which will be in the
Quaggles.
new year, because obviously
Yeah.
we're not going to play on December 30th, which is in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So we'll save the next game for after the new year. So we will be announcing what date that will be. We're got to figure out when everybody is back from holidays and figure out exactly when.
And maybe we'll make a not safe for work specific channel for the art,
Hey,
considering
our
what's
Discord-
coming.
Our
Yeah.
Discord
Pun
already has
intended.
a
Yeah.
not safe for work area because some of the fan art is a little spicy.
Indeed.
Oh, we'll have somewhere specifically to put it. That's what she said.
Good, good,
I'm-
good,
This is
I'm actually at a conference in 4 weeks, so we might end up playing like on
Oh, nice.
January 6th instead to stagger it differently. But we'll sort that out between now and next game.
Cool.
Yeah, do we have the list
Yeah,
of subscribers?
roll me
There's a bunch of new
D20.
subscribers.
Roll me a
Yeah.
D20.
Do we have the new subscribers on
We
the
do.
list?
Yep.
Okay, excellent. I will roll a d20 for the next art draw,
There's
and I have rolled a 12.
12. D12 is J Payne 314.
Hey, J Payne, you are gonna get the next art draw. Huzzay!
Awesome.
Excellent. Oh, you know what? Something that I forgot to mention, which I'm just going to quickly mention now. Tromlin in particular would have noticed that Morgan has a kalimba, actually a couple of them on her person.
Oh, nice.
He's some sort of musician.
Yes, Lord.
Part of
Very
satyr
cool.
culture, I assume.
We're just stereotypes, us satyrs.
Yeah, that's getting offensive.
I mean, you can lean into it when it benefits you, right?
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Precisely. Some Canadians just like maple syrup.
I've
Um,
literally made a maple syrup oat latte for myself every morning for the past like 10 days. So I am.
Well,
a-
you
But
you
did
are
tap
out
the
on the
tree
East
yourself?
Coast.
I did
Oh,
not
wait,
tap the
sorry,
tree
you're not
myself.
playing the satyr. Never mind.
Yeah. Nor am I playing
You
Glorpa, tapping that
Tap the
tree.
tree. Yeah, actually, that would be a Glorpa move for
Good.
sure.
Oh my
Good.
god.
Okay, so yeah, anybody have anything they want to shout out? Any special projects? Since Raven's new here, make sure
Yeah.
audience definitely check out Raven's website and socials.
Streams.
I'm actually doing a digital residency as well with the hammock. I can drop that link in here. if you
Nice.
like.
Sure.
So I'm basically posting my art there every day for like the next 15 days.
Very cool.
So you can check that out.
Raven, what kind of rad art do you do?
Oh, too much.
All of it.
Lately I've been doing a bunch of VR work. So I've been working with and being mentored by some professionals in the VR world, talking about moving theater and performance art into VR. And that's through the PXR Symposium. But I'm also doing costuming for another production, Mumwe, which is going to have its world debut in February.
Yeah.
I'm not doing the VR for that, but that is both on stage and in VR. And about
Ooh.
the Seven Sacred Fires prophecy. So that's really exciting.
So
That's with
rad.
Olivia
Cool.
Davies.
So rad.
Super cool.
Anybody
Other than
have-
that, like I do everything. I do sculpture, digital art, some animation,
Clothing, costume.
poetry,
Yeah.
Comics.
acting. Yeah.
You're gonna write me a story for Indigenerds?
Oh yeah. I'm really excited
Rad.
about that. And that's gonna be about VR as well.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be amazing.
Anybody else want to shout anything out before we sign off?
Well-
I've been doing for the past few years like a monthly postcard subscription service where I send like a postcard, a postcard sized short story and mail it once a month to people. And I'm doing a run of 5. It's like a 5-part murder mystery, penny dreadful, pulp science fantasy, epistolary revenge story.
Nice.
Nice.
Normally I do these one tiny little off stories, but the story got out of hand, and it's called Dear Archaeologue, and it's like an anti-colonial. It's got so many. It's a fun one. It's one of my favorite stories I've written in a very long time, and the longest thing I've written in 3 years. And you can
Sweet.
subscribe for it at shorteststory.com/subscribe if you want to get it in the mail and try and solve the mystery before the big finale of it. It's going to start in January, so there's time to sign up.
Well, and I'll shout out the Discord. I always forget.
Yeah.
There is a subscriber and open Discord for anyone who's interested in the stream. So
We do
I don't-
host
if anyone has a
rules
link.
and just meme and shit posting, and that's where our spicy art is stored.
Indeed. And of course, there is also a Patreon for the stream where I post a lot of the cool behind the scenes stuff. So you can always check that out. And the
And-
link to the Patreon is in the description below.
The incoming Loaf Light
I'm terrified.
I've already have a few ideas, but also, are any of you streamers? I know Alina does their artwork on
Yeah.
stream with usually with a partner to chat with,
Yep.
and I stream as well, mostly Fortnite and DBD.
I should put
I'm a bit of a
your
sweat
Twitch
lord.
on.
Yeah,
your
you
Twitch
should
in
put, we
the
should
chat.
put
Oh,
your
yeah,
Twitch
yeah.
on
I
the
should
description.
put it
Yeah.
on the description thingy. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, with that all said, a Merry Christmas,
Happy
Happy
holidays,
holidays.
y'all.
and we'll pick
Have
up with
a
some new
great
hot trash
decolonial Christmas.
in the new year.
That's what we call it in my
Happy
house.
holidays.
Be safe, all.